In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. This is Language and Linguistics Online. Today I am going to talk about subjecthood of the subject. So in this video, I will be asking that what are different kinds of tests that we can make use of in order to determine the subjecthood of the subject. By the end of this video, you will be getting the answer of this question. Consider the following pair of examples. According to Peter Sells, the cat devoured the rat. The rat devoured the cat. Devoured means eating. These two sentences, of course, they have exactly the same words or the same predicator, that is devoured. Yet they are significantly different in meaning, and the main difference comes from what serves as subject or object with respect to the predicator. In the first example that I have read, the cat devoured the rat. So here the cat is performing the action. In the second sentence, the rat devoured the cat. So here the rat is performing the action. So in first sentence, the cat is the subject. In second sentence, the rat is the subject. But the most common structure for a sentence seems to be one in which the NP subject is the one who performs the action denoted by the verb. So far as semantic roles are concerned, we can call it agent. Remember, in sentence 1, the cat was subject, the cat was agent. In sentence 2, the rat was the subject and the rat was performing the action, so rat was the agent. Now look at the following examples. My brother wears a green overcoat. This car stinks. Same is the case, we can say this kitchen stinks. It rains. Basically, it is the rain rains, but we do not say the rain rains because mostly with weather we start our sentence with it. But the question is what kind of role the it is performing here. It is the subject of the sentence, but is it playing any agentive role? See, in all these examples, my brother wears a green overcoat, this car stinks, it rains, the committee disliked her proposal. So disliked, the synopsis or proposal or any kind of research proposal. So the act of liking or disliking, it means that we are not doing any kind of activity. There is no agentive role here. So there is no agent in these sentences. Therefore, in order to determine the subjecthood of the subject, we need to look at three different kinds of tests. The number one test is called agreement test. Number two test is called subject auxiliary inversion test. And number three test is called tag questions. Agreement. The main verb of a sentence agrees with the subject in English, of course. She never writes home. Writes because the subject is singular, that is she. So with first form of the verb, S or ES, it is added. So she never writes. These books sadden me. So we cannot say these books saddens me. Then it will become wrong. So these books sadden me. Our neighbor takes his children to school in his car. Our neighbor takes. So we look at the verb and we look at the subject. And we know that I am, you are, Ahmed is, they were, you have been. So taking into account the kind of subject, the verb is determined. So in this way, the subject-verb agreement helps us to find out what is the subject of the sentence. Look at some other examples given by Peter Sells. The book including all the chapters in the first section. So including all the chapters in the first section is very interesting. Basically, is being used here and the subject is the book. So maybe sometimes the subject is not coming very near the verb, but still we will have to see that what is the actual subject of the sentence. The effectiveness of teaching and learning depends on several factors, because the subject is effectiveness, and we are not talking about teaching and learning process, which will make it a plural, but the effectiveness of teaching and learning, depends on several factors. The tornadoes, so it's plural, the tornadoes that tear through this country every spring are more than just a nuisance. The tornadoes are. The subject in each example is book, effectiveness, and tornadoes respectively, even though there are nouns closer to the main verb. So something which is coming near the main verb, it does not mean that it will become the subject of the sentence. So this is how we can determine the subjecthood of the sentence. Our next test in order to determine the subjecthood of the sentence is tag questions. A tag question, a short question tagged onto the end of an utterance, is also a reliable subjecthood test. The lady singing with a boy is a genius, isn't she? Because we are talking about the lady. So lady is the subject, and lady is. So of course is will be changed into negative, isn't she? With their teacher, the kids have arrived safely. The kids have arrived, haven't they? Sentence is positive, question tag will be negative. So with their teacher, it is basically the kids with their teacher have. So it is the fourth slot of noun phrase basically. So the kids have, haven't they? So whatever the subject is, verb will be according to that subject, and then that subject will be put into will be added with negative particle, and then positive sentence will have a negative question tag, and negative sentence will have a positive question tag. You have completed your work, haven't you? You don't go there, do you? Ahmed is working hard, isn't he? Ahmed is not working hard, is he? So this is how question tag is added, and of course question tag requires the subject of the sentence. So second test, question tag, also helps us to identify the subjecthood of the sentence. Lastly, we have got subject auxiliary inversion. Inversion is a noun from invert. So it means that we will have to change the place of the subject as well as the auxiliary verb. So of course when we are making a question, interrogative sentence, so helping verb has to be there before the subject. So this test is called subject auxiliary inversion. This teacher is a genius. The kids have arrived safely. It could be more detrimental. So is this teacher a genius? Have the kids arrived home safely? Could it be more detrimental? So you are playing cricket. Are you playing cricket? They don't go there. Do they go there? Ahmed will work hard. Will Ahmed work hard? So in all these examples, I have inverted the position of the auxiliary with the subject of the sentence. So subject auxiliary inversion is the third test that we can make use of to determine the subjecthood of the sentence. Dear audience, in this short video, I have talked about subject. Subject can be different from agent, because in passive voice, the patient basically, it is coming at the place of the subject and it is not agent. Okay, Ahmed was beaten by Ali. So Ali is the basically agent, but at the place of the subject we have got Ahmed. So we need to understand the difference between subject and agent as well. And three kinds of tests I have talked about. Number one was subject verb agreement, number two was question tags, and number three is called subject auxiliary inversion. Thank you very much.